What's up, Con Gang? So, I wanted to talk a little bit about taking risks and the importance of taking a chance on yourself. So, I'll start by giving y'all like a little story time of how I started doing lashes and promoted my business back in 2020. I actually started when I had a job. The job had become a little bit toxic for me. I was working in a call center. It was right around when COVID started, and we ended up all having to work from home. So I'm working from home, and at this time, I had a roommate. I was living with a friend. She was a cosmetologist, and she was already established. She had already been doing hair and had like a big clientele and a lot of supporters and things like that. So I was kind of around just helping her with her business and being supportive for her, helping her with whatever she needed for her business. And then we were friends. So like we were kicking it, going out. She was taking me to different places that she goes, promoting her business, networking, and things like that. So all of the things that we were doing and the places that she was taking me, I was so intrigued by it. I was so into it because it was things that I had never done. Because I myself had never took a chance on myself the way that she did. I never had thought about owning my own business. I never thought about having clientele. I never thought about me actually having my own type of supporters. I was always a person that was like in a helper position. How do I explain that better? Like, I was the person who was just always supportive of other people. I was there to encourage you if you needed help packaging something, if you needed my assistance with anything as far as on a computer, because I was so good with computers, and I was making resumes, and I was good with making logos and things like that. So I had somewhat of a skill set, but I was not putting it to use. So I think it kind of took me being around her for me to kind of get inspired and for me to start to want to do anything for myself. Now, around this time, I was very much not in my girly bag. Like, I was in a toxic relationship. I was not in my feminine energy. This friend actually is the one who got me into more girly things. She was doing my hair. Like, I was getting my hair done for free. You know, I was being basically like a model for her. So I started to get into my looks more. She taught me how to put on lash strips. You know, she taught me, just how to feel myself, just by her doing my hair. Like, she would picture a hairstyle on me and be like, oh, Chalk, I need to do this hairstyle on you. So from there, I just kind of like started modeling hairstyles for her. And I started liking it. I started liking how I looked. It made me very much more confident. And she just came to me one day and was like, hey, Chalk, you should sell lash strips. So I'm like, I never really thought about it. And at the time, there were people, this was around COVID. So, everybody had money. Everybody was doing all type of little businesses and things like that. So there was people online that were selling bulk lash strips. So I'm like, you know what? That might be a good idea. I sell lashes, you sell hair, and we do it like that. So I ended up getting my first little batch of lashes. Now, mind you, I'm still working my call center job from home at this time. I'm still working. So I was just sitting in my room one day and I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to name my lashes. I wanted to do something creative. And then by this time, everybody had already started calling me Chalk, just because Chalk was my Facebook name for so long. So everybody's already calling me Chalk. My friend called me Chalk. And then so she's like, well, you got to name one of your lashes Chalk. And I'm thinking, like, how can I incorporate that, or how can I make it make sense basically with lashes? So my friend actually was calling me Chalk Bar. I'm sorry, she used to call me Chalk Bar. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to name one of my lashes Chalk Bar. So I'm like, okay. And then it'll just make sense for me to name the rest of my lashes after candy, since one of them is going to be named Chalk Bar. So that's how I came up with the whole candy theme. And then also the fact that I actually love candy. I'm always eating candy and I love chocolate. So where was I? I don't know. But anyway, I came up with the rest of the names for all of the different styles of lashes that I had. So I ended up with Chalk Bar, Sweetheart, Kisses, Sugar Daddy, and Gumdrop. Am I missing one? Lollipop. Anyway, so I came up with those names. And so instantly I'm already inspired because I like to be creative. So I'm like, okay, cool. My bad, y'all. That was my sister calling me. But where was I? So I got inspired. I'm like, okay, cool. Now I know what I'm gonna name them. Now I need to design my case, my packaging, things like that. So I got started right on that. Now, at the time that I was designing, like, the background for my lash cases and all of that, printing out my logos, I'm working. So I'm on the clock answering calls, but then I'm also working on this at the same time. Not thinking it's gonna go anywhere or how far it's gonna go or anything like that. I just felt like so inspired. Like, I'm like, okay, I have something for myself. Like, this was the first time that I had something that was mine. And it wasn't me pouring into somebody else. It wasn't me helping somebody else or supporting somebody else in their ideas or their business. This was finally going to be something that I had to myself. So I'm answering the calls at work and stuff, but I'm more interested in, making these, making my logo, background, all of that for my lashes. So I don't even know what had happened. Something happened with the job. I don't know. I ended up getting fired. They called me one day and said that I was fired. Now at this time, I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know what I was going to do. My friend was actually at her shop that day. So when she came home that day, I'm like, I just got fired. She like, damn, Chalk, what you finna do? You got to pay your rent. Ooh, ooh. So I'm like, I know. I'm like, I'm going to figure it out. So now at this time, we had already planned a trip to go take a lash class in Atlanta because my friend wanted to take the lash class. She wanted to learn how to do lashes, her and her other friend. So they invited me. So we had already bought tickets to go. The trip was already planned. So I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I got these lashes now and I got to figure something out. So at the time, like I said, I wasn't even the one that was interested in the class. My friend was. So I'm just going along with it, So we flew to Atlanta. It was fun. We made it a whole little thing. We recorded everything that we did. We went out, stuff like that. It was vibe. So I'm on this trip. I had to pay for my lash class. I know when I get back, I had to pay my rent. So I'm like, okay, I got to figure something out. So while we're in Atlanta, I brought 6 of my lashes with me. I brought one of each candy. So I'm like, I'm gonna just, start taking pictures and stuff, recording my lashes while I'm down there. Now I had already started promoting my lashes on social media. Everybody thought they were cute, but at the time nobody was buying anything yet. So while we're in Atlanta, I was making little cute videos in different spots with the lashes. I was wearing them, promoting them. Put a pair on my friend, let her promote them, and stuff like that. And when we took the lash class, I actually kind of liked it. Now, it was hard, learning how to do lashes is actually like hard when it's something you're completely new to. Like once you're seasoned in it, it's nothing. But learning it for the first time that first day was hard. So I'm like, okay, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this, but I'm locked in. I'm tuned in to what's going on. I'm trying to pay attention because I'm like, I don't know how, but some way I can incorporate doing lashes with the lash strips that I'm selling. So anyway, we finished our trip. Now by this time, I have a lot of eyes on me. My friend has a lot of eyes on her just because of what she does. Now, everybody's starting to know who I am because, like I said, I was already a hair model for her. So that's how people even started to know who I was, because they seen me with her all the time. So when we got back, I kept practicing. I had my little lash kit, that beginner lash kit, and I was practicing on my mannequin, and then my friend let me practice on her. And so when I felt comfortable enough, I'm like, okay, I'm finna try this out. I'm finna see if I can get some clients. Now I actually started out doing free sets. I think I did like 10 free sets. I just made a post on social media like, hey, I'm starting to do lashes. I need some girls, whoever volunteered. Now, like I said, people knew who I was because of my friends, so they trusted me. And I actually got some girls to come and get some free sets. So I'm doing the free sets at the same time. My friend had started selling some of my lash strips at her shop. So like she would do girls' hair and then she would sell them a pair of my lashes for them to put on. So when she took her pictures, she was showing my lash strips as well. And I'm so thankful to her for that. Like, we're not even friends anymore, but I'm a real ass bitch. Like, her doing that for me really, really helped me. But anyway, so I kept practicing, doing the free sets, posting the pictures. Then I'm like, okay, now I'm ready to charge people. And I'm talking about, I lowballed the fuck out of myself. Like, I think I was doing like $40 sets to practice on people. But because I was getting so much attention now, and because the lashes were so cute, the idea was so cute, I was starting to actually, even if people only bought lash strips, I was able to give them my business card. Like, oh, okay, hey, I do the individual lashes too. Come check me out. Come try me out. And they were doing it. Long story short, y'all, I was working every single day. I'm talking about, once I lost that job, it turned something up in me because I had to pay my rent. Like, and it made me, like, I was already happy with what I was doing. I was finding fulfillment in it just because I was doing something that was for me, something that I had never done. But at the same time, I got to pay my rent. You know, I don't want nothing to fall back on my friend. I don't want her to have to cover my rent or me to have to leave or anything like that. I don't want to fuck up nothing that we got going on, because we got some good shit going on. And I did not want to be the reason that shit went south. So I was working every single day. I don't know if anybody remember, but if you had me on social media 2020, you were seeing my logo every single day. You were seeing Con Candy Eyes every single day. Now, this is before I even went to school. This is before I became Con Candy Aesthetics. I was busting my ass. I was literally out delivering lashes. I'll make a post like, who wants some lashes now? At this time, everybody was into strips. You know, everybody needed a pair of lash strips at some point in the week. So I'm pulling up on people. I'm literally trapping lashes. And it got to the point where I went to bed at night thinking about my business, my lashes. I woke up thinking about my lashes. What can I do next? How else can I get them out there? How can I get more people to see them? I was just going crazy. Like, literally, I was every single day now. And I just remember, like, the feeling that I had with it. Like, it made me feel different. I feel like it matured me in a way. And it made me more responsible. And it made me see, like, how, you know, the process of running a business, and how you have those days where some days you're not going to sell nothing. And other days you might sell a lot. Some months you might make $0, and some months you might make $5,000. Like, I really got to experience that whole process. And like I said, I just kept doing it, kept going, no matter if I was making a little money or a lot of money. But when I tell y'all, that first year, I made the most money that I've ever made in my life. Like, more than the job that I was working at. And the job paid pretty well. I was making more money than I was even making at the job. I was getting more attention, more traction. Now, when we go into these networking events and stuff like that, it's not just me there supporting my friend. Now I'm able to bring what I have to the table. So like I said, that friend played a very big role in my business getting off the ground, or people even knowing who I was. And I'm so thankful for that. And eventually I'm going to make another story time about the ins and the outs, but I really just wanted to share that with you guys, just because it's so important to take risks, and to bet on yourself. And I know some people are just comfortable working a 9 to 5 or whatever their situation is. Some people are just comfortable like that. But I knew that I could do more. Like before I even did it. Like I said, I was helping other people. Even like in the relationship that I was in, I was helping him with his business and what he had going on. So it's like this was already in me. I've always been a helper. I've always been the biggest supporter. I always have liked supporting small businesses, black businesses. I've always played that role, and I've always had certain skills that I was not using. So me jumping out on it, and it may have took me to lose the job for me to take the risk, but the risk was took. And it was a very important step in my life. Like it triggered a whole lot of other things for me mentally, financially, emotionally. It just turned me up. And me taking a risk on myself and starting my own business helped me to see how much faith I actually had. Because like, like I told y'all before, I grew up Christian. I grew up in the church. I always hear about having faith. I always hear about believing in God and things like that. But it's different when you're in the moment experiencing it. Like I had never put the two together. Like I had never had to actually utilize it because, for one, I never saw myself being a boss. I never saw myself owning my own business or any of that. I was fine being a helper. I was fine being an assistant. I was fine supporting somebody else in their business endeavors. I never really thought that I would be doing anything by myself, but like people always say, like, you might have one plan for yourself, but God will have another plan for you. And like I said, I'm going to make a lot more videos because there's a lot more that goes into it. It's not just, I started my own business. I quit my job. I started my business and shit been up from here. It has not. Shit has not been up. There's been ups and downs. There's probably been more downs than ups, but I kept going. I take a risk on myself every single day. And not just in business. I'm talking about even as far as being able to be my authentic self. That is a risk. Most people don't take that risk. Most people are okay with blending in and looking like everyone else and acting like everyone else because they're scared of what people are going to think of them. I don't have those fears anymore. And I think it's because I've had this experience with starting my own business. I step out on faith each and every day. You taking a risk to speak up. You take a risk by being authentic. You take a risk by keeping it real, because most people are not. They're triggered by those things. They're not willing to receive them and utilize them in a way that's helpful. They more so look at you like, oh, you think that you're better than us, when that's not the case. It's like, if I've already been down that path and I've already done that work, and now I'm, trying to use what I've learned to help somebody else, that's me taking a risk. You risk losing friends. You risk losing family members. You risk looking crazy to people. And those are all risks that I'm comfortable with taking now, all because I stepped out on faith. I took a chance on myself, and I seen how it worked for me in the past. So now I just apply that to every aspect of my life. And taking risks means you have to get uncomfortable. It means you have to get up in the morning when you don't want to. Like when I quit my job and I had to get up in the morning and go take lashes to people or whatever I had to do, nobody was waking me up. Nobody was forcing me to get up. I didn't have to get up, but I did. I did because, for one, I had bills to pay. For two, I was inspired. I was motivated. I was motivating myself because I'm like, look at what I'm doing. Look at what I'm doing that I never thought that I could do. And nobody was helping me. Like, I'm doing this all on my own. And that was something that I never thought that I could do. So you have to get uncomfortable. You have to get up when you don't want to get up. You have to do work that you don't want to do. And it's just like, if you not motivating yourself, if you're not taking a risk on yourself, nobody else will. And I believe a lot of people started believing in me because I was believing in myself. Like, I'm putting it in your face. Like, even if you don't support my business, you know that logo. You know who that is behind that page. Y'all seen it. Y'all seen the work that I was doing that whole first year. On top of that, I had started helping other people with their businesses. I'm making logos for people. I'm giving people advice with very little experience. I'm talking about other girls that want to sell lashes or whatever they was doing. I could go in my laptop right now. I've done so many logos, at least 50 logos for people. At the same time as me trying to figure out my way with my own business. So like I said, you got to get uncomfortable. You have to take risks. If y'all, the world is going in a direction that everything's unsure right now. So it's like, is you just gonna sit back and, accept what this world is giving us? Or we don't know how long we got here. So if you ain't taking risks, what are you doing? You really wasting your time on the earth, because we don't even know how much time we got left. So it's like, if you got a business idea, or if you have something creative that you want to do it. If you want to do something that you ain't never done, do it. Take the risk. Don't waste your time. Don't second guess yourself. Don't worry about what other people think about you. Don't worry about if the work is good enough. The work, when I tell y'all, when I started doing lashes, horrible. Sometimes I don't even want to go back and look at the lash work that I used to do, because shout out to all the ladies that was coming to me, because that I was fucking y'all shit up. That work was not up to par. And like, now that it is, I be looking back at my work like, what the fuck was that? Like, and I really thought I was doing something at the time. But like, the work ain't gonna be perfect. It's all about the effort. It's all about the effort, the commitment, the faith in yourself, the being motivated. That's what's important. The work gonna get better as long as you don't give up. As long as you stay focused, you keep practicing, the work is gonna get better. You have to put that time in. Like, it took me watching YouTube videos, taking more lash classes, fucking up. Like, and I was more so big on the customer service side of it all. Like, I used to give roses on Valentine's Day, candy bags for Halloween, candy canes on Christmas. I gave out Easter baskets one time. I did a bunch of free sets. I'm at one point when I was working from the house that I lived at with my friend, girls with kids, bring your kid. I don't care. We're going to get it done. Like, I was doing whatever I needed to do to get that lady in my lash bed so that I can get that money. Like, that's how you have to be with it. You have to grind. You have to grind. You have to go hard, literally. And then, like I said, I got into a habit of, now that's just who I am. Like, now that's just second nature to me. It's not something that I think about anymore. And it's like, the people, you're going to have those people who sit back and don't take chances on themselves. They're going to be looking at you like you crazy. They're going to be like, what's wrong with her? Yesterday she was doing lashes. Now she's doing a podcast. She don't know what she want to do. I want to do it all. I want to do everything, whatever I can do. I have so many gifts and talents, and I want to use every last one of them. I don't want to waste nothing, because I don't know what's going to pop for me. Like, yeah, lashes that's been my cushion now. That's been my cushion. Like, I'll go get a job and I know I'm still going to be doing lashes. Lashes ain't going away from me. Now I done went to school and learned how to do facials and waxing and all this other stuff. I have a license now. That's just done added to my bag. So it's like, I'm never going to stop taking risks. I'm never going to stop taking a chance on me. I don't care if people don't like it. I don't care if people are intimidated by it. I don't care. I'm taking a risk on me. I believe in me. I don't care if you believe in me, because I do. And if you around people who are not okay with you taking a chance on yourself, stepping out on faith, you might need to get away from them people. Don't be scared to be alone. Don't be scared to walk your path on your own. Sometimes that's what it takes. I make the most money when I'm by myself. I get the most motion when I'm by myself, literally. Like, when I'm not surrounded by people, I don't have nobody in my ear trying to talk me out of my blessings or anything like that. I make shit happen. Shit shakes when I'm alone. So sometimes you gotta be alone. Your friends lazy and they comfortable, they content with where they at in life. Quit preaching to them. Like, after you done said what you done said, you tried to motivate them, let that shit go. You go after yours. You go, just go be an example. That's where I'm at with it now. Like, I'm done preaching to people that they could be this, and sometimes people are just potential. Sometimes that's all it is. And you have to be able to let that go. And just know that they're going to be mad at you because you are chasing your dreams. You are stepping out on faith. You doing the things that they want to do, but they can't get themselves in the motion of doing it. So push past your comfort zone. Push past the fear of looking stupid. Push past the things people are going to say about you, the way people are going to look at you. Push past that shit. That's literally how you start making change and making motion for yourself. You have to take a risk. And I know I be all over the place, but like, I am going to make a part 2 because of my story time. Because like, I just kept it to the point, but I have so much more, like I said, that went into my business. But the downside of everything is not what I want y'all to focus on. There's going to be downs with everything. There's going to be ups and downs with everything in life. I want y'all to more so focus on actually stepping out on faith, actually taking the chance. And then once you take the chance, God got you from there. Like, no matter if it's, and you got to take everything as a lesson. Even if you have a bad month or a bad year in your business or whatever endeavor you're doing, even if you have a bad week or whatever, you got to look at it as a blessing. You have to look at it as you learn something from it. Find a lesson in everything. That's how you stay successful. Success is not just a straight line. It's not just, I woke up in the morning, I wanted to start a business and now I'm successful. It can happen like that, but 9 times out of 10, that's not how it's going to happen for you. I want Con Gang to focus more on stepping out on faith. Stop being afraid. Stop caring what people think about you. Like, have a mind of your own. That is what I have. There are so many people who just misunderstand me. They think, I don't even know what they think. I don't care what they think, but I'm telling y'all what it is with me. I am taking a risk on myself with everything that I do. I know that my voice is a gift. That is one of my gifts that God gave me. I'm a truth teller. I'm going to speak my truth. And a lot of times I know what the fuck I'm talking about. So that is why I'm making this transition from, yes, I'm a lash tech, I'm an esthetician, all of those things that make me money. But God is also giving me the gift of my voice. And I'm using my voice to help my generation. No matter if it's one person or a million people that I help, I hope that somebody gets inspired by my story and what I have to say. So, like I said, take the risk, y'all. It's going to be worth it.